Hi everyone, John deBary here. Welcome back to another installment of Drink What You Want. I'm coming back after, I feel like it's been a while, so I wanted to ease back into the drink making thing by teaching you all how to make a really cool cardamom green tea iced tea drink. Non-alcoholic, very refreshing, perfect for like summer doldrums, whether it's a rainy summer day or super hot. I think it's perfect for a lot of occasions and fun and easy to make, so let's get started. Step one, you want to have some chilled filtered water in a small bowl. Wow, I eyeballed 2 cups of water and it was perfect. I did that once when I was bartending. I worked at a bar that was like very like, you have to measure everything. It's like very serious. And I was in a rush one time and I free poured like 2 ounces of whiskey into a glass, like someone wanted just like whiskey on the rocks. And I just like pulled the ice cube and I like did this thing and I just poured it and the barback was like, you're gonna measure that? And so I took the glass and I like poured the whiskey into the jigger and it was exactly 2 ounces. And I was like, don't talk to me. It's my one moment of glory from like 8 years ago that I'm still living off of. So yeah, anyway, so I'm great at measuring. And the first thing is the matcha powder. It has kind of like a nice like seaweed vibe to it that I think is really cool and a nice counterpoint to the somewhat brighter and like earthier, just straight up green tea like leaves. But it does take a while to integrate. So you want to just get really conscientious with it. And it will settle and not everything dissolves because it is actually just pieces of leaves and not like a powder that fully dissolves into the liquid. So you're never gonna get that full integration, but it'll be good enough for this drink. And then you've got your tea bags, which will slowly infuse overnight and giving you a little bit more of a stable infusion. If you use heat, it's very intense and it has like a great flavor, but after like a couple hours, it's gonna be not that great. A cold infusion will help you give a more long-lasting thing that you can then just pull out whenever you're ready rather than needing to use immediately. So that's always my take on cold brew versus hot brew method for like tea or coffee or any other syrups, as you probably have seen before in many of my blender videos. Whenever I can avoid heat, I take the chance. And then lastly, you're just gonna give it a pinch of cardamom. If you love cardamom, add more, please, by all means. Make sure everything is nice and comfy in there, and then give it a cover, and off to the refrigerator we go. Okay. All right. So now that the tea has had a chance to infuse with the cardamom and the water, you want to strain it out. We're using my favorite tool in the kitchen, which is a gold coffee filter. And yeah, just carefully, like I said before, you're gonna see it's gonna settle in the bottom, so don't worry about it too much. You just want to get the extraction into the water relatively clearly and then move on with your life. So, let's see. And the last step to make it a syrup is to add a half a cup of honey. Doesn't really have too much importance what kind of honey you use. You know, actually, I think I'm gonna use a bowl because I don't think this is gonna work. So we're pouring honey and the syrup together, or in the tea. And again, if you haven't figured it out, I'm pretty averse to heat. You don't need to heat this up in order to get the honey to dissolve, since it's 2 cups of water essentially with half a cup of honey. It'll go right in, give it a good whisk, and you're set. And then if you want to make it easier to pour, oh yeah. And the syrup is ready, and the rest of the prep is super simple. It's just some lemon and or lime juice. I'm feeling lime juice today, so I think I'm gonna go with like the green vibe. These are really juicy limes. These are good. Who's your lime hookup?
Can't tell you.
Secret lime connection. You want me to narrate the juicing experience? So you cut the limes in half. And I put them in this amazing juicer. Got it from food52.com. But I used to use these like professionally, and they were the best ones. Because they have, I don't know, they just have a good thing to them. And juicing, honestly, juicing citrus kind of sucks no matter how you slice it. Like there's just like downsides to every method. So whatever works for you, just know that there's no shortcut to juicing. But it's worth it because drinks are so much better with fresh citrus. And this is also a lot more lime juice than I actually need, but we'll drink it. All right, and another, I've definitely made this point before, but it bears repeating. Strain your juice. See, now you, nice and secure while you juice. Or while you strain your juice, there you go. And then you can use a spoon to help move it through. So my friends here have a really fancy ice machine, and they make beautiful, clear, big spheres of ice, as you can see here. The only thing about ice, this is true for any kind of ice you have, is that when you pull it out of the freezer, it's gonna be really super cold. And if you pour a drink into the ice immediately, your ice is gonna shatter. In some cases, that doesn't really matter because it's like not that nice ice. But if you have nice ice, especially if you buy it from somewhere, you wanna let it come to like room temperature so it's like glistening and not dry on the surface. You see these are kind of like powdery. After like 5 minutes, these will become like slick and glossy. You wanna wait until that point. Otherwise, the whole point of having nice ice is completely destroyed. All right, so we're back, and the ice spheres, ice cubes, they're not cubes, are nice and glossy. That means that they're ready and that their temperature is pretty much consistent throughout the cube, and they won't be shocked too much by pouring relatively warmer liquid onto it. And to build this drink, once you've got all the syrups and everything juiced, it's super simple. You don't really have to measure if you don't want to. I like to be precise, at least to get a baseline, but it's roughly equal parts of the green tea syrup, water, and then between like a ½ ounce to 3/4 ounce of citrus, like lemon or lime juice. And I like a tartar drink, so I'm gonna go with more, but feel free to play around with it. You can skip it if you want. It's gonna be super sweet. Really very adaptable and not fussy at all. So give it a stir. Looks really pretty. And then, again, a garnish is totally unnecessary, but it's kind of nice, especially just since it's sort of a murky color. So we'll just brighten it up. All right, I'm gonna go finish this. Be sure to like this video, subscribe if you're not already, leave me a comment, only if it's nice, tell your friends. Get the recipe at food52.com. Next month, we're doing something like about, this is very like kind of cool and demure, and it's like the opposite of that. So really excited for that, and see you next month.
All right, it's morning.
Oh shit, you're still here, okay. Yeah, so it's 8 hours later, and we're gonna go pull the syrup and strain it out so we can use it for a drink.